Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you are new. This is the Morning Dew Academic, and today I want to come on and share with you my Stratford Career Institute study plan I've created for the first module of my upcoming course. As if you have seen my Stratford Career Institute Medical Billing Specialist, and I will link that in the cards and also put that in the description box below. I am embarking on their medical billing specialist, and I have not officially started the course, but that is going to be happening this coming Monday. I'm going to officially start the course. Now, I was not given a date to start the course, anything like that. I was mailed my textbooks, and as you can see, my module guide, which does have my exam in it in here, or exams and assignments. And also this is a broad overview of, they call it sessions, but they've updated their program, but this is now considered mods. So you'll have module 1, lessons 1, 2, 3, and then your textbook. It tells you what textbook you'll be using. Module 2, you will have lessons 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the textbook would be a guide to health insurance billing part 1, and then you're going to move into mod 3, and you'll again have 4 lessons and then a textbook, which you're going to continue on in the guide to health insurance billing part 2. And then your last mod, you'll continue with the same textbook, and you'll continue on with 4 lessons there. So they start you off smaller, and then they build as you go through the course. So you can look ahead, and you could feasibly plan ahead, but I'll go through how I planned my schedule and everything. But I am starting mod 1, and I'm going to be doing lessons 1, 2, and 3. I went ahead and planned everything. So I will show you how I did that. And also I wanted to just quickly mention, for those of you that are returning to school, perhaps you're wanting to do a program like this, or you're going to school for the first time, whether that be college or what have you, there's a lot of great this is their student handbook, as you can see, and of course it guides you through their program, but it also gives you some information on how to study. And one thing I found interesting that I'm going to be using, and of course it talks about quizzes and exercise, but it gives you this study objectives timetable. And let me see, what did I do with those papers? They might be over there. But let me go back to the back here. They give you a study objectives timetable, and basically what you're going to do, let me just make sure we're zoomed in enough so you can see this a little better. Okay. You don't have to use this, but I think it's a very valuable tool, and I printed off some extras, so I will have this. Here's your week. You have study schedule for the week of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. When I plan to study, so you can write down the times you plan to study. Pages in my reading material I plan to study. You can put down the pages you plan to study there. Then you observe how you studied. Did I accomplish my objectives? What were your objectives? Or what objectives is the school requiring you to learn? For example, in this book, assignment 1, describe the basic word structure of medical terms, identify rules for singular and plural forms. You can use this as a guide to say, okay, have I learned those terms? Have I learned those things, say, by the end of the week, or what have you? And they give you an open space here. You could write anything you wanted here. And then other study timetable observations or problems. For example, they go back here, they give you a sample. If I can find it, hold on a sec. let's see here. For example, we'll take this lady's timetable for Sunday. She's planning to study from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. The pages she's planning to read are in Lesson 4, pages 16 to 39. Did she accomplish her objective in this day? She said yes. What can I do to improve my planned study time? This is what she put in that blank space. Try to keep the kids quietly occupied while I'm studying. Reschedule study time on Wednesdays so that I'm not distracted by the TV. Try to work in an hour on Monday. Make more notes. Sometimes I need more focus. Then other study timetable observation and problems. She puts, I need to allow more time to do the practice exercises. I am more confident of my understanding of the subject when I complete these problems. So that's how you can use this timetable, is to observe and set up not just your schedule, which that's important as well, but really to review and make sure you're understanding what you're studying and how your study habits are evolving over time and where you need to maybe make some tweaks and improvements, or maybe you're doing something really exceptionally well and you want to keep doing that. So this is really a very good tool that I plan to use. And then also they give you in the booklet also a personal exam record. You can write your lesson number, you sent this or submitted this online, you received back your information, you got your grade result. They also gave you some note paper, and I ordered it, but I actually ordered a little journal from their school website. You can order just like any school, you can order merchandise. So that's helpful in your student handbook to help you. For any of you that are new or returning to school, you haven't studied in a few years, or maybe your study habits were a little lacking, they give you some great information in there. But let's dive in to how I thought I could, no, shucks, let me see here. Okay, sorry about that. Let me close this out and reopen. Okay. Let me reopen Notion again. I thought I could zoom in, but I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit this way to get able to see this a little better. Yeah, I think you'll be able to see it better there. Okay, this is my specific study guide. Let me get this light out of the way there, hopefully. Okay, so what I did is I set up notes beginning July 19th. The course runs, this is what I plan to do. I plan to run the course a full 30 days. 26 of these days are reading and notes. 3 days are for review, and 1 day is to take the exam. My first module, medical terminology, lesson 1, we're doing basic word structure, the skeletal system, the muscular system, the cardiovascular system, and I need to read pages 1 through 57 in the textbook. Now my breakdown for this is 6 days for studying each section. So I have the week of July 19th through the 24th is study basic word structure. Then July 25th through the 30th is the skeletal system. And you'll notice here I have chapter 6, 7, 8, 9. This is an additional text that I have for anatomy and physiology. I have an additional textbook. I intend to do some extra reading and learning. So that is not part of what they're requiring you to do. That is what I'm requiring myself to do. Then July 31st through August 5th, the muscular system chapters 10, 11 in the anatomy and physiology. August 6th through the 11th, the cardiovascular system, chapters 9 and 20 in anatomy and physiology. Then August 12th through the 14th is review. And August 15th is the exam. So that's how lesson 1 is going to flow. So basically what I did is I looked on here. What was it at? Yeah, I basically broke down lesson 1 and broke down all of these into separate parts. And so each day, like study basic word structure, well, each day I'm going to come on and look at my book and read X amount of pages each day, highlight, write notes, review as I go as well. But I do have that ultimate review days at the end, similar to how you would in school where you have a review week before you have exams. Well, that's sort of what I'm doing for myself. So each day I will come on and I do a little bit more reading, a little bit more notes, fill out terminology on note cards. So every day you guys are going to see me come on and do a little things. And as I go through this, I will show with you guys more further as we go how I break down the chapters. Sometimes there may be longer chapters. Other times there may be, you know, shorter chapters. So every day I'll come down and I will break down how often I study, how many pages I read a day, something like that. I will share that with you guys daily as we go. But I did want to give you an overview. If you do something like this and you're on your own, it's a self-study program. They do give you like a guideline here, like lesson 1, but they don't tell you how really to study this or a timeline to study this. So this is what I've done is, like I said, broke it. I took 30 days each, since there are 15 lessons within this whole thing, okay? So I am taking a month per lesson. So once I get into these here, if I find I need longer time, that's fine. But I will give myself the whole month. But each week I broke it down into the, you know, and each I broke it down into the separate subcategories. Like you have lesson 1, medical terminology is your main overview. But here's your individual basic word structure: the skeletal system, the muscular system, the cardiovascular system. So I broke those down and put those in each week of the month. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. That's what I'm going to be studying. And I broke that further down into the days based on how many of these I had. For example, in lesson 1, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I divided, you know, how many days I would need for lesson 2. The breakdown is 5 days for studying each section. The breakdown for lesson 1 was 6 days because there's not as much to study, so I have an additional day to study. But the breakdown for lesson 2 is going to be 5 days per each section. The breakdown for lesson 3 is also 5 days per section. So that's how I plan to continue doing this, and always give myself some review dates at the end, and then also 1 day for the exam, because you need to review, and you need to have just that one total day. Don't do any studying on the day you have to do an exam. And when you're done with your exam, allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to relax, go out to dinner with your family, what have you. So, and also I wanted to share with you guys the app I'm using, or the system I'm using for this, is Notion. And if you guys ever want me to come on and try to show you how I'm using Notion, but you can see it here. It's, you know, you just go on, it's very easy. I do it preferably on my computer, and then I just open up the app and look at it. But as we go forward, I will continue this, and when I get into mod mod 3 or mod 2, mod 3, and then mod 4. And every time I will come on and share with you guys the breakdown of my study schedule. And so that is what I'm doing for studying for my Stratford Career Institute Medical Billing Specialist. That's how I've set up my study plan. I will let you guys know if at the end how this worked out, if I feel this is a good system. And also, you might have seen my academic planner review. This is my academic planner. I haven't filled it out yet, but I will be writing in every day, you know, the pages I studied, if I did notes, if I did note cards, if I did mind maps, whatever. I'm going to be journaling everything I do, and also I'll be sharing it with all of you here on the channel. So you can learn how to self-study, or even if you're in a college, let's be real, like I've said in some of my videos in the past, you know, university gives you an idea of how to study, and they give you books and you go and you listen to lectures, but you still have to go home and you still have to do the work. You still have to figure out your own study skills. Do you prefer taking notes? Do you prefer using mind maps, using note cards? How do you best study? And that's what I'm going to share as we go forward, is how I study and how this course goes with me. And I have found also some YouTube videos on medical billing and coding, so I will eventually be adding those into the curriculum, even though that's not part of this. But I'm using external sources to make myself a better student and make myself understand more of the content and what the field really entails, so that when I step out into the field, I'll know how to work in that industry. And that's the thing with these self-study programs. You can do as little or you can do as much as you want. You can advance yourself as much as you want. It's up to you. So anyhow, that is my study plan for my medical billing and coding for mod 1. In a few months I will come on and we will do my study program for mod 2. So okay guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. If you like this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. And if you have not done so already, please click that subscribe button, as I'd love to have you join me on my journey for many lovely, studious, and also sticker videos ahead. This is the Morning Dew Academic, and I will bid you good day. Bye-bye.